Now, as we know, incomes and pensions are twins. They are both affected by employment. And so before you can get regular incomes, you need to have a regular job. And we know the situation in the country now. But as I said, we have brought together two resource persons to help us understand this. Our first resource person is Dr. Kwadna Nyakun Otu. In the last 30 years, we have had what we call democracy since 1993. Politically, Ghana has been quite stable, apart from the internal bickering between the NDC and PDP. Ghana has not seen the coup d'etat that happened before 1981. But we know that during this period, even though we have seen stability, Ghana has grown on average about 5%. We know that the growth in this country has been characterized by severe inequality.
Many advanced countries have been analyzing the current and emerging economic issues facing them, focusing on ideas to achieve broad-based economic growth, a strong labor market, and sound fiscal and monetary policies. According to the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, the pandemic has had considerable effect on all economies. This includes the rising cost of living, i.e. increased inflation, and increased unemployment due to the collapse of businesses and job losses, thereby resulting in a negative GDP growth in most economies. As painful as this episode has been for humanity, it has also aggravated the challenges of older individuals, including pensioners. This has shaken the psychological, social, and economic foundation of particularly old-age citizens. The OECD has recommended that government should step up targeted support programs for vulnerable groups, which include old-age citizens, as they have been disproportionately affected and have had their vulnerability further aggravated along the lines of sound health, social inclusion, and economic well-being. Comrade Chair, a study conducted by the Africa Center for Retirement Research, ACRR, in December 2020, established that retirees in Ghana aged 55 years and above recorded increased hospital visitation by 49%. Accordingly, the cost of healthcare for senior citizens increased by 43.6% on the average. The ACRR have bemoaned that COVID-conscious related medical costs to individuals represented a new expenditure for many retirees, many of whom are already living on tight budgets with limited discretionary spending. An assessment of the economic impact of Act 766 after more than a decade of its implementation found that the main objectives of the reforms are yet to be achieved. A considerable number of retirees are living below the national poverty line, and pension coverage to the informal sector is not encouraged.
Let me, at this juncture, invite our brother, Isaac Bapu Ado, the Executive Secretary of LUSAC.
The milk has been spilled. We should not still continue to be crying over the spilled milk. We have to move forward. And what I am entreating all labor unions is that what you should be asking government is that what mechanisms are we putting in place to ensure that we don't come back to this situation again. It's not when you are in trouble then you call on labor. This is a time that we should be shouting, no, go sit down again. We should be involved in certain decisions that affect us as labor. We should not be sitting on the fence. As labor, especially as cluster, we shouted on top of the roof that these apparatus and guru boys, they are going to teach us. But when they don't listen, must see where we find ourselves as a country. So moving forward, I believe our speakers will touch on it. What mechanisms do we put in place to ensure that as a country we never get to this situation again? Because Ghana is for all of us. Some of us, when you look at our left, French speaking, we look in front at the north, it's the sea. So it's Ghana that we have, and we need to protect it. Thank you very much. I wish all of us a good deliberation. And I think at the end of the sessions, we'll come up with suggestions to government, how we want to be involved. We'll not wait for them to mess up for us coming to damage control. Thank you.
The Deputy Secretary General, Leadership of Organized Labor, the Director, FES Ghana, the media fraternity. A very good morning to everybody. I am here on two counts. One is that in Akan, there's an adage, Intesuko Nante. If we hear that labor is meeting, Intesuko Nante. If we hear labor is meeting, whatever the outcomes, it will be tabled for government to show responsiveness. Many times we may hear some of these things through the vibrant media that we have. Particularly today, the theme that has been chosen for the pre-May Day celebration, that is protecting incomes and pensions in an era of economic crisis, our responsibility, is one of the key reasons why my minister asked me to leave whatever I'm doing and attend this program. You know, today is Thursday and it's Cabinet Day, so he cannot be here. You know that he would have loved to be with you. And so he said, I should come and sit with you. I should participate fully and listen to every contribution, every remark, every input that you are going to make, so that I brief him properly, God willing, tomorrow morning. And then he can also take it up to the appropriate leadership. That is one of the reasons why I'm here. The second reason is also to prove to you that the labor ministry which you belong to is so responsive to your causes. Whatever we do together is more like a marriage affair. We disagree and agree and move forward. So comrades, I am here to be with you and to show to you that we respect whatever inputs you make into our governance structure. And for us, we will always make sure that whatever comes out of your deliberations will be tabled on the doorsteps of leadership, as it was mentioned by you. And so I will sit here with you until you close and take minutes, take notes, and report this as it is so that we can move forward. Thank you very much.
So the moment their father or mother dies, they go to SNP and take what SNP provides. They don't even know that there's a second tier their disease parents contributed to. So they are not being paid. An estimated 98% of beneficiaries who receive worker death benefit from SNP did not receive the corresponding benefit under Tier 2. Probably that also explains why the lump sum for Tier 2 has been that lower. Most of others are simply unaware of Tier 2 schemes. Then the uniformity of coverage. So uniformity of coverage under the new Pension Act has actually reduced. Employer compliance rate in Tier 2 is lower than Tier. So there are many private employers that are remitting SNPs for the first year, and that is the end. They don't pay the second tier on behalf of the workers. So it is estimated that about 81% of private establishments that employ 1 to 30 workers do not pay Tier 2 contributions on behalf of their workers. This is due to weak enforcement. Nobody. SNP has much stronger enforcement capacity than the other institutions within the pension industry.
Statement by organized labor on the domestic debt exchange program and pension funds. At a meeting of organized labor leaders held at Mensvik Grand Hotel in Accra on 20th December 2023, which is today, we discussed the domestic debt exchange program and pension funds. The leadership noted the MOU signed with government on Thursday, 22nd December 2022. And you may recall that the government of Ghana was represented by the Minister for Finance and the Minister for Employment and Labor Relations. And organized labor was represented by the Secretary General of TUC, Dr. Yalba. This MOU, as I said, was signed on the 22nd of December 2022. And in that MOU, organized labor and government agreed to grant exemption to all pension funds in the domestic debt exchange program. On Wednesday, 1st February 2023, in a press release, organized labor leadership reiterated its position that the exemption of pension funds in the DDE was final. And we warned that any attempt to go contrary to this agreement will be fiercely resisted by organized labor. The leadership of organized labor has since become aware of a letter dated April 7, 2023, inviting the Board of Trustees of Pension Funds to participate in a new Government of Ghana proposed alternative offer for pension funds. We have scrutinized this letter and other accompanying documentations, and we have come to a firm conclusion that they amount to roping pension funds back into the DDE program. This request, in our view, undermines the spirit and letter of the MOU signed between Government of Ghana and organized labor. We therefore urge the Board of Trustees of all pension funds not to honor the invitation to participate in the so-called alternative offer for pension funds. Any attempt by government or the Board of Trustees of pension schemes to undermine the MOU will be fiercely resisted by organized labor. The leadership of organized labor further urges all organized labor groups to close ranks and abide by the tenets of the MOU we have signed line with government. Thank you very much.
Joe Boya!